Millions of Americans still aren't entering the labor market despite record job openings. Joining us now to help us understand the current labor market is President of Wilsey Asset Management, Brent Wilsey. Brent, good morning. Great to see you.
Good morning. Good to be here.
What do we know about, what can you tell us from your financial perspective about the current labor market?
Yeah, well, there's a lot to the labor market, Jason, and what we look at, there's right now almost more jobs available than people. And we look at something I think more is important than the jobs report is what's called the JOLTS report, which is Job Opening Labor Turnover Survey. That showed there's about 9.3 million jobs outstanding. The current labor report that just got, the unemployment report just got, showed there's almost as many people to fill those jobs if they fill every job. So we had a situation that's never happened before, so we got more jobs than people almost. And what we have to look at is that why is this happening? Now, we all know about people getting more unemployment and not coming into the job force because they get paid more for unemployment. We know that's part of the problem. The other part is we don't realize that people are retiring much more than before. I mean, we have people now that got stock prices are up, equities are up, real estate is up. So people saying, gosh, I have a great 401k, my house, I got so much equity. Why am I working? I can retire now. And the retirement numbers are showing much higher numbers, double what they were back in 2009. So people are leaving the labor force as well.
Well, you know, you talk about all the jobs that are open, more jobs than people, and you did mention the federal money that's going toward unemployment, and I guess you just can't overstate the fact that we have people who aren't going into the workforce because they're making more money sitting on their couch than they would if they were working.
And that is so true, because we do have that situation happening, but it's not the only thing that is happening. And again, I just want to point out that the numbers, I mean, over this time frame, the net worth of people has increased by $13.4 trillion, and compare that to the debt. Everybody's concerned about the debt with the government. That's up $4.5 trillion. So we have this big wealth effect going on, and we do have those people that are not going to work because it doesn't make sense if you're going to get paid less for going to work. But the other thing that we're missing out, Jason, is what I call legal immigration. That's another thing that we're missing that people aren't seeing.
Okay, talk to us about how legal immigration helps.
All right, let's do some comparisons. If you go back to 1906, they had a population of about 88 million people back then. The immigration legally coming into the country was about 1.3 million people. And remember, that was a boom time. You had the railroads going. You had the growth of the economy back then. Well, now fast forward to now, we have about 330 million people in the workforce. We need to have immigration, legal immigration, I'll make sure people understand that, of almost 5 million people, because if we don't do this, our economy will not continue to grow. You need people to keep the economy growing. You want to keep the drug dealers out and the criminals and so forth. But to keep economy growing, you need people. And we're just not having as many babies as we did, 30, 40 years ago.
Okay, so in September, when the federal and state unemployment benefits essentially run out in a lot of cases, how do you see that affecting the market?
I think it's going to be very good for the market because you have more people working, more people coming into the labor force, and I'm sure you go to restaurants and I heard that fireworks, they couldn't get the fireworks because they didn't have people to unload the fireworks. There's so many jobs out there, so when this starts happening, it's going to continue to grow. And I'm talking about 2 or 3 months. I was initially concerned about a recession maybe in 2022. 2023. I don't believe we'll have that if we can get people into the market to work these jobs and continue to consume. The economy will do very well for years to come.
All right, Brent Wilsey, Wilsey Asset Management. Your website, sir, if anybody wants to find out more.
SmartInvesting2000.com.
All right, great to see you, Brent. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll be right back with more Good Morning San Diego.